Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the September 25th, 2023 regular meeting of the City of Coolidge City Council. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Santa, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Tom Bagnall.
Present.
Councilmember Adriana Saavedra.
Present.
Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry. Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta.
Here.
Councilmember Eric Daniels.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving to presentations. The first presentation is a proclamation for Mrs. Sylverta White Livingston for her 100-year celebration of life. I don't see her. And if I did, I wouldn't recognize her because I don't want anybody to know how old she is. But I will read the proclamation. Whereas Ms. Sylverta White Livingston and her husband Lloyd White arrived from Okmulgee, Oklahoma on December 1st, 1948, and first resided in the Randolph area, then moved to Coolidge proper in 1963. She has lived in the area for 75 years, and specifically the Coolidge community for 60 years in the same house. And whereas Ms. Sylverta White Livingston is one of the founding members of the New Hope Community Church of God in Christ, with her name listed on the cornerstone, and the oldest living church member, she has bestowed the title Mother of the Church, an honor given to elderly women in African American churches who represent the epitome of wisdom, knowledge, and compassion. And whereas Ms. Sylverta White Livingston is blessed to have 6 generations of family currently represented, and has been led by her faith in caring, teaching, and loving these generations in the best way she knows, which is to honor God first, then her family and her community. And whereas Ms. Sylverta White Livingston is known for her community service, helping to feed the hungry by making care packages and distributing them to those in need of food, and for those in need of housing by making direct contact with landlords, acting as a personal reference on their behalf, doing her best to connect them with appropriate agencies, and being an advocate on their behalf. And whereas Mrs. Sylverta White Livingston endured many hardships throughout her adult life, to this day she ultimately enjoys and is blessed with a lifetime of experiences that are in balance with her faith and spiritual beliefs, family love and commitments, and service to her community. And whereas today we commemorate the 100th birthday celebration of Mrs. Sylverta White Livingston and commend her for her commitment and dedication to the Coolidge community and her family. And whereas the City of Coolidge looks forward to celebrating this remarkable milestone with Ms. Sylverta White Livingston. Now therefore, I, John Thompson, Mayor of the City of Coolidge, Arizona, do hereby proclaim Ms. Sylverta White Livingston Day, September 26, 2023. And I suppose on Saturday she'll have a few stories to tell. I can't imagine somebody living through all the things she's lived through and seeing all the changes that she's seen. That's amazing to me. When you pull up the year that she was, the 1923, and you look at what was going on back in the good old USA in those days, and you look at it now, there's a lot of things that are very different, and there's a lot of things that are the same. So there's still a lot of things that need to change, but, you know, one of the things that I know our attorney would be very happy about is Bird's Eye Frozen Food came out in 1923. Yes, it did. And that's when they invented the Bird's Eye dude invented the frozen food. And so I thought that was pretty amazing. In 1923, I didn't even know they had refrigerators, but I guess they did. So, but anyway, there you go, another 100-year person. So we're really racking them up here. That's good. And I guess there will be a little gathering on Saturday, so I plan on showing up. And as long as the guy in the pink shirt doesn't want to give me a hard time, I'll be there. But anyway, is there anybody here that from the family that wants to say anything? Okay.
You guys can probably hear me, right?
Well, but it's tradition, yep. And give us your name and your address, but at least so we know who you are.
I will.
Is that, it should be on. Try it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Dee Wheeler, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona, 2249 East Earl Drive. And my grandmother would have loved to be here, but it's almost her bedtime. And, but she actually stays up quite late. And I want to thank all of you, mayor and council members, for bringing this item to the agenda. We truly appreciate it. It's truly an honor for all of us who know her and love her and recognize that this is a big deal. I see that longevity runs in my family, I hope. But I do want to recognize some folks here that have been just instrumental in helping us from Phoenix, because most of her family is in Phoenix. There's so many people here in this town that watch out for her when we can't be here. And I want to recognize Lady Michelle from the church, Pastor Young, Sue Daniels. Oh, Lord, you're going to get me, aren't you? Huh? It's Sue Rushing, but I'm talking about the other one over here.
Gotta see.
Yeah, I know that. I'm so sorry. Girl, okay. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so very much. We truly appreciate the honor. She will be on Saturday at the Youth Center for a big celebration. She's got a lot of surprises coming to her. We try not to surprise her too much, but, because she gets all anxious. But she's got family coming from Oklahoma, which is going to be huge, and Atlanta and Florida. And so we're going to have a very nice get-together. And I want to thank your Parks and Recreation staff. They have done an amazing job for us to make sure that we had the center ready and let us in when we needed to get in. And so they've been very kind, and we've been blessed to be able to have so many people recognize my grandmother for who she is. And I just truly appreciate everything that your recognition of her. I truly do. So thank you.
Thank you.
And ma'am, it's past not only her bedtime, but mine and the mayor's bedtime too.
Yeah, it's getting there. Okay, item 4, monthly report by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Lynn?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our reinvestments for July were Core Civic, Little Caesars Pizza, Discovery Mark and Chevron and Grill, Joe Tastic, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Lister, VFW, Coolidge Hand Car Wash, Hermanos Guerreros, DR Horton, J. Warren Flowers, Imana Wellness, Arizona Public Service, Against Abuse. Our new members for July were Adobe, Sound of Abundance, Be Free Counseling, Upside Youth Advancement. So our stats for July were we had a total of 226 local visitors, 14 in-state, 4 out-of-state, 805 referrals, a total of year-to-date for 2,711 visitors. Casa Grande Ruins update. For the month of July, they had 4,574 visitors. Year-to-date is 82,946. The Gem and Mineral Museum was at 98, year-to-date 964. That's still when they're open only 1 day a week. They'll now be started opening 3 days a week, 4 days a week. We had some great things happening this week. We got to celebrate with Hope's Women's Center for their new location. Imana Wellness, they had a ribbon cutting. Home Instead, Shipping with Ease, has new owners, which they've added services and hours, which is really great. And I think you have a copy of our new rat card that we'll be sending all over the state to represent Coolidge, Arizona. Some upcoming events, city cleanup on September 30th. The general plan open spaces and trails will be on October 4th. Airport fly-in, October 7th. Coolidge Days, October 13th through the 15th. Haywood Farms Harvest Festival, October 14th and 15th. The Pinal County 11th Annual Veteran Stand Down, October 14th. Our membership luncheon on October 18th. Game Night on October 19th. Our annual banquet on the 21st. And we're going back to Breakfast with the Mayor, which will be on October 26th, by popular demand, by the way, Mayor. Walmart's going to have a new ribbon cut October 27th with their upgrades that they've done to their store. So for more information about things going on in Coolidge, if you visit our website at coolidge.org, coolidgechamber.org. You have any questions?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a good job over there. Okay, now we are at call of the public. This is the time that anybody from the public can come up and address the council. They have up to 3 minutes if they would like to. Okay, seeing nobody rush up there, we're going to move out of call of the public and move into business items for consent. Is there anyone on the council that would like any of these items on the consent agenda moved for a single consideration?
No, sir.
Okay, here we go. Item 5, resolution number 23-15, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, approving submission of an application for Proposition 202 grant funds from the Ah-Chin Indian community on behalf of the American Legion W.D. Hood Post 54 for remodel of the American Legion Post 54 building in Coolidge. Item 6, consider approval to enter into an agreement with Fire Trucks Unlimited to refurbish the 2009 fire apparatus for $182,229,000 and utilizing capital sales tax funds and approve the expenditure of said funds. Item 7, consider approval of entering into an agreement with Strand and Associates for design and engineering of the widening for Vaca Inn Road from 9th Street to Kenworthy Road using the City of Coolidge on-call professional services agreement in the amount not to exceed $92,350 and authorizing the mayor to sign the necessary documents. Item 8, consider approval of the claims for the month of August 2023. Okay, if there's nothing, I need a motion to,
Mayor Thompson, I move to approve items 5 through 8 on the consent agenda.
is there, okay. Sienna?
Councilmember Eric Daniels?
Yes.
Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta?
Yes.
Councilmember Steve Hudson?
Yes.
Councilmember Adriana Saveja?
Yes.
Councilmember Tom Bagnell?
Yes.
And Mayor John Thompson?
Yes.
Thank you.
There are no items under business, regular items. Well, now we'll move to the report from the mayor and council and city manager.
Okay. Mayor, first off, I don't, it's not really a report, but I do want to bring to our attention that after we finished our budget hearing last June, there was talk about going ahead and looking into kind of step programs or something for the city employees. And the agenda item at that time, and in the minutes, it stated that they had to do the closeout and everything of the last year, and that they should have something for us by September. And I know this is the end of September, and I just wanted to be sure that we follow up on that, because I don't want it to get too close to budget, and then we're gonna be running into problems with that. So if we could probably have staff start working on that, get something for us by the end of next month, and then maybe have a study session to go over that and see what we can do about considering some kind of a step program for city employees. And then, one of the other things I was wondering, is there anything that's available from the finance department that tells us where we are month to month on the budget? That, that we can see by department where they are with their budget, how much they've spent, and, in the different areas?
Gabe's, yes, I see somebody shaking. I believe there is. So I think that they can probably print something up that can tell us what was allotted for the budget and how much has been spent.
Yeah, because I just think that would be helpful for us as we're going through, and especially for myself, since this is my first full year on council, to see, as we progress, how the spending goes and everything. So if we could get that, just like just email it to us on a monthly basis at the end of, whenever they close out the month, go ahead and get it emailed out to us. I think that would be great. And the only other thing, boards and commissions, I think we have vacancies on some of our boards and commissions, and I know of a couple of people that have made application, and they've never been contacted or anything, and I know that there's a process. I'm not completely familiar with the process, but I know there is a process, because it has to go through, I think, a couple of council members before approvals or recommendations are made to council.
Yeah, I think and I don't believe it's changed. I think what happens is the vice mayor and I believe it's Councilmember Daniels interview the candidates and then they pass on a recommendation to who they feel is the best candidate to be appointed to whatever board or commission it is. And so I think a lot of times, I know when I did it for a long time, and I know Steve did it for a long time, a lot of times everybody had a problem at times getting together for the interview because when we could do it, then they couldn't do it. And, in trouble,
Sure.
there were problems getting people together. And so, and sometimes nobody wanted to be on a board or commission. I mean, that was, it was kind of like employment. Now, nobody wants to work, but,
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. I mean, if we have if we have folks that have made application, I think that,
sure.
we really need to make every effort we can to try to engage them and get more people involved. So,
So we'll talk to, the vice mayor when I catch up to her and find out what's going on.
okay, perfect, thank you.
Because they set them, and we used to do the interviews in the, I don't know where where do you do them at?
Usually for those, or staff approaches vice mayor and myself when we actually get an application, but I haven't got anything since I've been put in charge, so.
Okay, well,
The interviews are at the
so
library.
maybe they haven't got their hands on the applications, I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, because like I said, I just know that there have been at least a couple, and I know that, like on P and Z, because I've been to several of those meetings, and there's one person that is still on there that I don't know if she's ever attended a meeting. I don't know. I haven't seen her. But then, so I just think that, if we have commission members, and if we have people that want to serve, we need to get them on there, and if they're going to want to be in there and they want to be active. So,
Yeah, I guess we better check into it. This is the first I've heard about it. So, okay. All right.
I would just like to second the proposal about talking about the STEP program for staff. I do know that we said we would revisit it, but
Okay.
I have nothing to add.
All right. Well, acting city manager.
Yes, good evening. I know Lynn did a great job of reporting upcoming events. The Adopt a Street cleanup this Saturday, as well as the start of the fly-ins next month. And all the events that are coming in October, if the weather's starting to get nice. And so people are going to start coming out and hopefully attending all our events that the city and other organizations will be hosting. I also just want to come in and congratulate Miss Livingston, extend my congratulations to her. I've known Miss Livingston year way back when I started with the city, which was 40 years ago, and she's just a wonderful person. I haven't seen her in a while, but I want to congratulate her and extend my birthday celebration to her. But that's just amazing. That's just amazing. So, but that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Norma. And I don't have much. I've been to so many ribbon cuttings lately.
Here's a sword.
I know those scissors are, Lynn left, she takes them away from me. So, but things are going well, and I thought we would break the record today, but we ran over a little bit. Well, I'm sure we'll get back into the long ones, but let's enjoy it while we can. So I need a motion to get out of here. Thank everybody for coming. And so is there a second?
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.